Hello everybody, That Mid Gamer here, back with another video. Now in today's video, I'll be covering the 5 essential tips to survive Slenderman. Now before we get into this, I'd like to apologise for the lack of proper videos yesterday, as I did a YouTube short instead. This was because, if you saw my YouTube community post, you'll know that basically my Audacity would just stop, just didn't work. It would not pick up audio, it wouldn't pick up anything like that in the slightest. Now, I think I've got it working now. So I think it was just down to a Windows update and playing with the settings and uninstalling, reinstalling it. If you do hear a slight static in the background, no, that's not your laptop, your headphones, your phone, whatever it is. It will probably be from my end. Before I put this out, I'll just check that everything's okay with the audio, roughly. So yeah, anyway, let's get into this. Tip number 1, do not go into the woods at night. Now, if you watched my Skinwalker video, you'll know that this was tip number 1 as well. It's just because the woods, especially at night, you don't want to be there. Especially with Slenderman, because as the name suggests, he is slender, and anything thicker than a birch tree is going to be really hard to spot him. Like, really, really hard to spot him. Your best bet is staying, like, indoors. I have not seen him go indoors unless it's, like, a facility like a toilet or something in the forest. So if you stay indoors, you should be fine. Tip number 2 is cover your back with a camera. Now, what I mean by this is sort of have. Now, this is easier said than done, but what you want is a setup, which is kind of like where you have a camera on your back at all times, and something like a phone where you're streaming it, so you can basically watch what's behind you at all times. And obviously, if the camera picks up static, that's when you know to leg it, as you know Slenderman is right behind you. As I said, this is easier said than done, and you should only sort of set this up if you have a strong suspicion that Slenderman is there. Now, tip number 3 is if you start seeing pages pop up such like that look like children's sketches or drawings, just leg it. Just go. Just leg it from the town, leg it from the city, just leg it from the country, whatever. That means, because that's from Slenderman's other victims, and that's when you know that he's in your town or in your area, something like that. And trust me, you do not want to be there. Like, you do not want to be in a town where Slenderman is at all. That is a situation where you do not want to be in. Now, tip number 4 is if you are a child, just obviously follow all of these, but if you are looking after a child, if you're a parent, which I don't think there are many parents watching creepypasta videos on my channel, but there's 129 of you, there might be one. It's protect your children at all costs. Now, when Slenderman started popping up, you could see from the first images that he was like after children. Bit noncy if you ask me, but hey ho. Yeah, he's after the children, so protect them at all costs. This is because they are sort of children's it's a bit like it, with children's imaginations are easy as hell to manipulate. The reason being is because children have much more imagination and fear as an adult. Obviously, if you're like an adult working a boring 9-to-5 job and you see Slenderman and he's saying, "I'm gonna kill you," you'll be like, "Oh yes, please." But obviously, as a child, you don't want to die, and some adults probably don't want to die, but that's just sort of an example. Many adults, especially fellow Christians, are not scared of monsters or anything because they know that Jesus is by their side. But obviously, children, yeah, are scared of everything. And that's tip number 5, know your enemy. Learn everything about him. Obviously, this guide isn't going to be too in-depth, however, never know if this video is well received. Tomorrow's video will be a how to survive Slenderman, so if you are interested in that, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and most importantly, just keep watching the videos. It means a lot. So yeah, know your enemy. Now, I won't go too in-depth with this because I haven't done too much research into it myself. However, I do know Slenderman does have a couple of weaknesses. I've sort of... It's been a while since I've been into Slenderman stuff, however, I do know he does have some weaknesses. So, you know that, and I'll explain it in my video tomorrow. So, and also know what his moves are. Know what stuff he uses. Now, Slenderman apparently normally attacks with a knife, and knives are quite easy to disarm someone. Like, you should be doing martial arts, doing learning how to defend yourself, things like that. So yeah. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. And if you are a regular on this channel, stay tuned as I'll just be doing a bit of a channel update, stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into this again. So I just wanted to talk to you guys because normally what I'm starting to incorporate in my videos is start to do channel updates on the end of videos instead of a video on itself. So I just sort of wanted to say that, I mean, Serbian Dancing Ladies hit about 70k views, which is amazing. 30k more until 100k, which is just, oh, it's just crazy to think we only had 50, like, oh, it only had 800 views in December. That's crazy. Like, what, a month and a week ago it only had like 800 views? That's insane. And also, I am really sorry about the lack of videos, or the lack of video yesterday. It was sort of like, it was like 10 o'clock, and I just loaded up, I recorded the gameplay, loaded up Audacity, and then it didn't work. I rebooted my PC, and I was like, ah, screw this, and then went to bed. And then morning my PC wouldn't turn on. Luckily I got it working and everything's fine. I'm pretty sure it's just down to a Windows update. So hey ho. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow.